Not too long ago, I was recorded saying that the new Q3 is mature, understated, for the evolved, expensive wine drinking kind of person. And now, this thing's shown up. No, it does not get more power. That's just the editor throwing in some very speedy shots. It's the same 40 TFSI engine, which was, well, a 2-liter turbo petrol, still makes 190 horsepower, 320 Nm. It's still got the same 7-speed dual clutch automatic, which is just fantastic, by the way. It's the same ride, it's the same handling. Nearly everything's the same. Until about here. This is the Q3 Sportback, which is just a Q3 with a more angular rump. And I get the logic behind it. Coupe SUVs fare rather well higher up the price ladder, and Audi's trying to bring it to the masses, so to speak. It will still cost you a pretty penny, but you look much cooler in it. So yes, the rear half of the car is new. It's now got the swoopy silhouette of a coupe, and that's great. Find me a person who says they don't like good looking cars, and I'll find you a half-eaten French fry. But there's more. So Audi has this thing called the S-Line package, and it is exclusive to the Sportback. Now what that means is angrier bumpers front and rear. What that also means is a little bit of silver trimming, right there. And it also means a new alloy wheel design. Oh right, there's also the turbo blue, as they like to call it. Which, honestly speaking, I find it a little hard to believe that there are certain people out there who would need convincing about this. I mean, look at it. The cabin is the same though. I do not have a problem with that. In the middle is a very crisp infotainment system. To the right of that is Audi's virtual cockpit that works like a charm. There are powered front seats, dual zone climate control, a gesture controlled tailgate, wireless phone charger, and a 10-speaker sound system, to name just a few things. Back here is where it gets somewhat complicated. You see, because of the sloping roofline, headroom takes a bit of a beating. Now I'm 5'11", so it's probably a bit more extreme for me. But I've heard that a great way to skirt this issue is to just jump back in that seat and probably say no to giving other people a ride. Because this is still a thoroughly enjoyable car to drive. It's not razor sharp, it's not dull either. Pop it into dynamic and you can get a very respectable move on. Sure, the steering could have been a little bit more involving, but doesn't really detract from the experience either. Where it shines, just like the regular Q3 SUV, is in the ride. It's set up on the softer side, the suspension, so it will absorb every bump and pothole with, there's no other way to say it, superlative ease. Even at higher speeds, it never feels wavered or hard to control, because of the softer suspension setup. It's just the sort of car that you'd be happy to chuck around because it's just so easy to find the limit. And once you have that in mind, you just know exactly how much to push. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's the predictability of the Q3 that just gets you comfortable in the end. And the Sportback has that in spades. On a more practical note, I'd be mistaken to not tell you about the boot space. At 530 litres, it's as welcoming of luggage as the regular Q3 SUV, which is a bit of a surprise. I would have figured there's bound to be some compromise thanks to the sloping roof, but there you go, ample space. Audi's slowly coming to the fore once again, and they're doing it, in my opinion, the right way, by getting hugely competent and desirable machines for us to play with. So, all in, mature, understated, sure, the regular Q3 is there for that. But with this one, Audi's aiming for the heart, and I really like that. Thank you for watching. This is Forbes India Momentum. I'm Ronak, and do yourself a favor and get yourself one of these in this shade of blue. Life's too short for just blacks and whites. Maybe I should rephrase that.